Previously on Unpacked.
Unfortunately, you get children's homes in South Africa that are still racist. We're not shopping for children.
Why do we sexualize everything?
I am a proud parent and a gay parent.
Gavin Smith's Prince and Lukhanyo Kwenene are two homosexual men who are raising children with their respective partners. This is part 2 of this story. Let's unpack. But now, just to finish up with your story, so now your family structure is currently the 4 of you.
Yes, we are 4.
And there's no situation where the daughter who is currently with her grandmother would actually come and live with you, or has that situation not at all presented itself?
Not yet.
As in Brilliant's daughter?
Daughter, not yet. But Brilliant wants to take the child to come and stay with us. And the child, she's also interested to come. But we need to sit down first and finalize with the grandmother. So, because we can't just take the child from the grandmother without agreeing with the grandmother. That the child wants to stay with us.
And what about your sister's other child that's with her grandmother?
She's fine, because remember, she's a girl and this is a boy. So that's why he was giving problems, because he's a boy. So
so it was easier for you. I understand what you're saying.
Yes,
as in but the reason we need to actually sit on this for a second.
Okay.
Because I also don't want the impression to be that homosexual gay couples, where it's a same-sex male, cannot raise a girl child. You guys have a daughter. But I'm assuming the process for the two of you, she's much older, and it might have been easier for her to remain with her grandmother than to come and live with you.
Okay. Remember with Brilliant was married, right?
Yes.
Before me.
Yes.
He was married with a woman. So after he came out, we closed it. It's where Umfazi left him with the kids. So he raised both of them. So he sent...
Hold on.
Okay.
The mother, so much. Brilliant's ex-wife,
Yes.
who is the mother of his 2 children.
That's correct.
When he decided to come out as a homosexual, either during the marriage or when the marriage ended, she said, I don't want any part of this, and she left her children.
She left her children with Brilliant. So Brilliant had to raise the 2 kids alone. The girl and the boy.
I think I'm more in shock than to be passing judgment. I can't even begin to think of what kind of situation she was in. How old were the kids at the time?
Okay, we still reconceive. Boy was still a toddler. And then the girl, I think she was 5 to 6. Yeah.
And where's the mom in their lives right now?
We don't know.
That is very heavy. That's very, very heavy. That's very heavy. Yeah. And then what about your sister's daughter?
Okay, we do communicate with them. She calls to speak with her brother. And of which I do allow it to happen, because at the end of the day, sister wife, understand. The reason why we did not take her, because remember, she's old now. She's 18, right? She knows what she wants. So she was behaving, right? Remember, because understand. And then that is the reason why we took Boy. But we having a good relationship. She calls Boy. You know what happened now? Remember, my sister left in 2005. And then last month, she came.
Okay, so your sister, who disappeared in 2005, showed up just a month ago?
Yeah, May 2021.
What happened? As in, tell me about the showing up, and then tell me about what happened over the past 16 years. So
I received a call from my mom. They were shocked ukuthi ungene emnyango. Hayibo. Apparently, she was staying in Mamelodi in Pretoria, and we've been looking for him. Remember, when you're applying for foster care, before they approve it, they need to search for parents somdani. So they published her newspapers and stuff. There's this woman who left kids in cradle in the Eastern Cape, so we're looking for him. So apparently, she saw that article So that's the reason why she went home, right? So xa simbuza ukuthi hayibo le minyaka emingaka ubuhleli phi usenza ntoni, understand, athi no ebengena contacts zethu. I remember when I was still in high school, I received an inbox from Facebook. It was her. Athi hayi ndim sisi wakho and stuff ndilapha eRhawutini, and then she gave me her numbers. And then when we tried to call the numbers, unavailable. So and then azange azami to keep on finding us, and then wahlala khona e Pretoria. Okay, so into yangithatha a big time. They called and they wanted to speak with the boy. The boy was so excited because like it was his first time to hear the voice of his mom. You know, like he was so ati malume, nangu mama. Did you like uyamazi? No, but a voice, there was that connection. Like they had ati nangu mama. And then I spoke with Ube, itini situation manager, because boy wants to meet his mom. Ati we should let him, because azange abene bond with his biological mom. And that makes me happy.
I'm still stuck on where was she the whole time? The story of I didn't have your context.
Yeah.
I personally don't buy. She was able, I mean, does she not know where her house is?
She knows.
So what is the truth?
We don't know, but what he told us is that she's been in Mamelodi. Okay, sisi, busenza ntoni apho? No, just in Mamelodi. And then she said that I knew that my kids were safe with my mom.
Is she okay?
We don't know.
So where's she today?
She's back. Apparently,
As in Craddock?
No, she's back in Mamelodi. A day before yesterday, I received a call that she's coming to Gauteng. So right now we need to arrange the meeting with her, because we need to meet. I need to speak with her face to face, because I have so many questions that I need to ask him. Like, what happened? Why did you leave kids like all these years? Because the kids, they were busy asking, ukuphi mama?
Are you angry at her?
Yes, I am. I am, because I don't like umzali who leaves their kids. I don't like it. Because what I can see now with the kids, they're having this psychologically illness. Boy, he wanted to commit suicide. That's the reason why we wanted to take him at home, because of umama. Because his mom is alive, but where is she? And then umntana took a poison. That like yonke lonto yandilimaza kakhulu ngendlela esisimanga ukuthi umntana angahambelela afike kwipoint into yokubana afuna ukuzibulala because of umama, because umama is alive but she's not showing up. So I'm still angry, but I need to heal. I need to heal and I need to forgive her. That's why I want to meet up with her, because I have so many questions. And because I also needed her as my big sis.
Because I was going to say, she didn't just leave her kids. She left her family. She left you.
That's true, the whole family. So I also do have questions about where were you? Because my mom had to go through the most with the kids, up and down with the kids, but ukhona.
What does your mom say about the whole situation?
My mom, she's happy right now because
her child is alive.
Yeah, her child, because we were all concerned ukuthi where is she? Is she still alive? Okanye akasekho emhlabeni, you understand? So she's so happy. She's so happy because the time I called them, Bati, they're having a braai, there's a bond. Because I know my mom, she did not ask her so many questions and then what happened, I understand that. But yeah, she's happy. She's happy.
I think your story is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. So now where you are today is there's 4 of you. The family might grow depending on what happens with the daughters. or let me say the other girls' children. Do you feel like at some point you might want to adopt more, or do you feel like where you're at, it's enough what you're managing at the moment?
I want more. I want more.
I mean, with everything you're already going through.
I want more because into eyenzekayo. Remember, I was this Lukhanyo ebehamba who used to go to gay clubs, Koma 7th Street and stuff. You understand? So, ever since I'm with my family now, Lukhanyo, on a value. You understand? Lukhanyo on my responsibilities, and I'm safe right now. You understand?
Good.
Mawujonga situation okanye lifestyle bengiphila before, it was not pleasant at all. You understand? So that's why I need more, because I'm having a good relationship with the current kids right now. You know, kumnandi kakhulu. I love them, ndiyabathanda, and they also love me. Bandibiza Ukhanyo.
And you look so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
They call me Kwenene, and then they call Brilliant Daddy. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing.
I'm just thinking about your two stories, obviously very different scenarios. And it's interesting how in these pictures, informal adoption happens so much in the African cultures. You know, a grandmother will just take over raising children, and it's not formalized. So I don't think we really have correct figures as to how many kids are not with their biological parents. So just to come back to something that you said earlier about when is the right time to tell a child that they were adopted, I mean, assuming you got them when they were younger, have you told your daughter that she has been adopted?
So I would recommend, and if you haven't done this, like I would so recommend it, is we went through an adoption workshop. And in the adoption workshop, because I heard your story about the sister, and believe it or not, I actually have sympathy with your sister, because in the adoption workshop, we had speakers that came to speak to us about their life and share their life story and why they did what they did. So we had a mom who gave up a child, we had a child who was given up, and we had an adoptive parent as well. So you... on one stage, we had 3 different perspectives. And after that, that is when I like at the beginning, I was like, no, I want to have nothing to do with the biologicals. After the workshop, I understood. And that is what you and I are also trying to do with talking about gay parenting and the fact that, you know, it's okay to be gay. Is we are talking, we are like starting a conversation. And in that workshop they asked, so when must you tell your child? And I put up my hand and I said, if your child can remember the day you told them that he or she is adopted, it's too late. Not supposed to remember. Bring them up like as part of the process. It's normal to be gay. We're a normal family. We eat at 6 o'clock at night. Breakfast is at 8 in the morning.
Children get disciplined?
Absolutely. They get like, well, with us, it's more privileges get taken away and they hate it. At the beginning, my daughter, she's a very strong, she's got a strong personality. We started, so when she was like probably at 6 months old, she moved out of our bedroom and she moved into her own room. My husband was very sad. But I said, Zoba strong, you know, this, like, deal with it. She needs to be independent as well. We started reading her, like, the normal Hansel and Gretel and Cinderella and things like that. But we started also telling her own story to her about these 2 men that went to the hospital and they were looking for princess.
That is so beautiful.
And her name, and we could name her, and her name was Kenya. And she could identify with that. Yes, she started at preschool. She started drawing 2 daddies with her in the middle. So at first I think at the age of 3, she was very confused. Like, a woman and a woman can marry, a man and a man can marry. And we just had the conversation. And so she knows she's adopted.
Let's jump back to the part about same-sex parenting. And I'd like to start with you, Gavin, because there are many things that you might have experienced that other heterosexual couples will never experience.
My biggest challenge at the beginning was, because remember, I had an unborn baby.
Newborn.
A newborn
Yes,
baby.
yes.
And so my biggest challenge was the signs at the shopping centers. The signs. So what happens when you drive up? You've got a newborn baby in the car with, like, my daughter, like, we packed 5 bags, just her bags, because the bottle, the this, the that, and the other. So so you want to get to the entrance as close as possible, park like near the entrance door. So there's a sign of a woman and
With
a
the-
child. So for me,
It's very exclusionary.
absolutely. And of course, security is not going to chase me if I take out a baby. But for me, it's the principle. Because if I walk to a door and I see a female, I'm going to go to the next door, you know? So my brain is tuned in like that. What happens when I get inside the mall and I want to change my child? There's a sign of a male, female, disabled, and then a woman and a child.
And I think that's a massive issue, not just with same-sex couples. I've heard of people who say, firstly, you're not thinking of single fathers. Secondly, you're assuming the woman is always the one with the child. Even if a man is not single, he might be the one that is with the child that day, and it's not accommodating. And not all malls or petrol stations have family bathrooms. The assumption is the changing station is in the woman's bathroom. So what do you do in that situation? Do you end up just going to the woman's bathroom to change your child?
Absolutely. So I used to just go in and change her. And if I find like other people in there, that is fine, you know, because I'm there to do a job. But then I also take a picture and I post it on social media just to like raise awareness and say, come on, mall, wherever you are. Like, you know,
better.
we need to be more inclusive. And like you say, very important point is it's not just gay dads, it's like single dads as well. So that for me was absolutely annoying. I found our social workers at the beginning. I found our social workers, they surprised me when they were like pushing us to get married, because my husband and I weren't married yet. So that for me was also like, okay, you know. So
Why?
now I think it's more security for the child. So it's not like their own personal beliefs. I think it's more security for the child, because the social workers always, and our courts, they act in the interest of the child. So I can be the most smartest cookie in the jar, but if I'm not stable mentally, emotionally, I'm not going to get the child. So to answer your question, that was like my biggest sort of challenge at the beginning, was just like, but it was more of an irritation. Yeah.
I mean, from your side, your kids, you started being a parent when they were a little bit older, so you never had to deal with what I'm going to ask. But for your daughter, when they get to the point where they have to draw their family at school, I mean, the pictures of what families look like change every day. Were there any problems with other kids or teachers?
Not with my daughter, because like I said, she's got a very strong personality. Her teacher once said to me, don't worry about her being hijacked or kidnapped, because she'll speak so much the hijackers will throw her out of the car. So I'm like, good girl, you know. My son, the 18-year-old son, he was 14, and the kids in the class laughed at him for having 2 gay dads. And he just looked at them laughing, and then it was one little girl, and he said to her, I'll speak to you when you're a little bit more mature. And he walked away. When he came home and he told me the story, I high-fived him. I said, well done, my boy, because that's the attitude.
Wow.
We kill those haters, we kill them with love. Because, and that is also what we teach our children, is that we're family, we're a unit, there's respect, there's love, we are normal. There's nothing abnormal about us.
From your side, any other challenges other than haters, you know, accusing you of pedophilia?
There's so many. I'm a Christian. I love God. I grew up in church. But today I can't go to church because of my sexuality. Every time when I go to church, I've been judged of who I am. And in my family, we are a spiritual people. We pray. We pray at home, but we want to go sohlangana nabazalwane sikhonza uNkulunkulu the way esifuna ngakhona. But asivunyelwa, you know, growing up ndikhule kumuzi apho khona bayakholwa, they are believers. So I had to grow up straight acting because I was emceeing at a church. I was a lead singer. I was a choir member. So for you to be a choir member, you need to be a straight guy, a straight person. Understand? I lived a fake life. I did not enjoy my teenage stage. I did not enjoy the benefits of being gay while you are still young because of church. And I remember I tried to kill myself. Understand? And at home, even now, they don't know that. Oguti, I tried to kill myself because of the closet. I was in closet because of isondo. You understand? And that is so painful. I want to go back to church and be like everyone. Like I want to go back to church and be a choir member, but I am not allowed because of my sexuality. And I can't.
And it's difficult because you'd want to take your family, you'd want to take your kids.
Yes, and with the church I'm going to, like they are so homophobic. They are so homophobic, and I'm scared. What if I take my my partner and my kids, and then we go to church, and then sifumane umgwebo omkhulu from ebantwini. So that's my fear. And secondly, I'm shooting the commercials. Most of the briefs that I receive, they will say we need the real family, mother, dad. So they don't accommodate the gay parents or the gay family. So that's the other challenge that I'm receiving. Yeah.
And I'm sure there are many just not just being parents, but just being homosexual in South Africa in 2021, where we have a constitution that speaks for you, but society and implementation is something else, the various forms of discrimination that you face. And then now on top of that, you are parents with these, you know, partly complicated situations you're trying to manage as well as possible. In the case of yourself, you know, there are layers and layers of pain and frustration to be where you are. I am so sorry. I know you just openly shared with us that, you know, you tried to take your own life, and your own family watching right now aren't even aware of the story and what you went through. Thank you for sharing. It takes a lot to be able to do that. Respect to you for that. I'm glad you're still with us. And I'm sure your family and your kids are glad that they still have you. Has Brilliant been told about this?
He doesn't know either, but I've told him that I had so many attempts while I was still young, but he doesn't know the actual thing that triggered me. Yes, the reason, but he knows that I tried so many times to take my life, even at home. In Kredok, they, like everyone knows, Lukhanyo is that boy who wanted to kill himself. I wanted to kill myself because of my sexuality, because I was not accepted. I was not accepted kwindawo and feel safe khona, like church, because at church it's where sibasharp khona, siyaphiliswa khona spiritually and physically, but the same place I'm being judged. Mfundisi will preach ukuthi this is a sin, understand? So I had to ngizifihla, and then I tried so many times to kill myself because I was not happy. I wanted to be myself. Because I remember growing up, I looked up to Usomizi, like being fun out, like them,
and proud.
Be proud, but the environment and it couldn't allow me to be myself.
I'm glad that you can be yourself today. But very quickly, from each of you, would you consider surrogacy?
When we started, we we considered all of the options, and we found that adoption, like with adoption, you can love like any child as if it was your own and as if it came out of your own body. So we are done with children, so we're not having any more. So now like surrogacy for us was a consideration, but it's off the cards now.
You still want to be a parent again? Would you consider surrogacy, or have you decided adoption?
Okay, Brilliant came up with that topic one day. Okay, babes, I have my own kids. Brilliant. Don't you want your own kids? Then I was like, hayibo kanjani na? Like my no, surrogacy. Yeah, but like why don't you? Because like I want your own child now. Your own child. So I'm still thinking about it. I am not sure. Even at work, I'll just receive some requests from my female colleagues. Lukhanyo, I want to carry your baby. Like I want to be your surrogate.
It's not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So if God allows, it will happen. Yeah.
Final words, final thoughts from your side, Gavin, just on the whole subject of same-sex parenting, but also on some of your own experiences.
I want to say that same-sex parenting, like, firstly, we are not freaks. We are not, and like I said earlier on in the previous episode, that we found ourselves with females just having to take the baby from me because I'm a man and I can't look after the baby. Stop that. You know, we can look after children. My children are grown now, and I wish I could have them on the couch here so that you can see for yourself how confident they are. And that for me is, and I always preach and say, like, you and I need to be on these platforms and we need to start conversations, you know. But for me, the most beautiful thing is when I look at my children and I see that the confidence that they exude, that for me is, there's a little voice that says to me, my job is done.
And from your side, final thoughts?
Okay, so now what I will say, Dingati abantu, they need to accept themselves. More especially if you're gay, if you're a lesbian, you need to accept who you are and live your life. Uprenda fasi wati diphila kayi-one. There's no comeback. So be free, be who you are. And it is possible for two men to start a family. It is possible for two women to start a family.
Yes.
Understand? I can't say, abantu bathini. It doesn't matter. People, they will keep on talking. They will keep on talking. But in wena, you need to move on no life wako. Uzazi bana wena ufuna ntoni bomini. At the end of the day, if wena wonwabile. It doesn't matter bana omnye umntu uthini ngawe. Wena accepte, wena qala, wonwabe, uphile i-benefits. Kumnandi, like ukumnandi guys. Kumnandi dingacho. Like I didn't expect this happiness. Like I'll be, but it's so nice.
Good.
Being a gay parent.
Yes.
Thank you so much to the both of you for joining us, for sharing so openly, and definitely for inspiring those, same-sex couples or even single homosexual individuals that are looking to adopt or to parent to be able to do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
#Unpacked with Relebogile. Thank you so much for joining us today. I think today's episode just goes to show that, firstly, there is no Bible when it comes to parenting, and the picture of what a family may look like changes every day. For me, the most important thing is that in a home, there is love, there is happiness. There are many, many children in this country that need homes and that are looking to be adopted or to find their forever families. Hopefully, you're open to that. We don't close ourselves off to a child getting that opportunity because the picture does not look a way that you think it should look. Continue the conversations, get in touch with us. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Next time on Unpacked.
Do I go to varsity or do I just then keep working?
So many people are not even in a position to get to study full time. What did you do that was different?
Your circumstances are not a dictionary, so never let them define you.
Unpacked with Relebogile Mabotja. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Television edited broadcasts weekdays at 5 p.m. Open up to S3.